Hello friends, my name is Shilpa Shrivastava. Today I am going to discuss on the topic of Maxwell's equation. Maxwell's equation are a set of partial differential equations that was given by James Maxwell. He published his work in between 1861 and 1862. These four equations describe how electric and magnetic fields are generated and how they are altered by each other. The contents which we are going to cover today are Maxwell's equation for static electric and magnetic fields. Secondly, we are going to discuss the significance of these four equations. Next, we will discuss how these equations are altered for time varying electric and magnetic fields and their significance. So first we will discuss the Maxwell's equation. There are four of Maxwell's equation. We can write them in integral form and in differential form. The first and second equations are for static electric field. The third and fourth equation are for static magnetic field. The first equation of Maxwell, which states that over any closed surface, the surface integral of the electric flux density is equal to the total charge enclosed by the surface, which is equal to the volume integral of the volume charge density. In differential form, it is divergence of the electric flux density. This is equal to the volume charge density. Here D is the electric flux density, unit will be coulombs per square meter, and rho V will be the volume charge density, unit will be the coulombs per cubic meter. This equation is the Gauss law of electrostatics. Here the closed surface that we are assuming, in which the total charge is enclosed, is an imaginary surface which is known as the Gaussian surface. The second equation of Maxwell, which states that over any closed path, the line integral of the electric field intensity is equal to 0, or in differential form we can state that the curl of the electric field intensity is 0. The significance of this equation is that electric field is a conservative field. Is conservative field. By conservative we mean that the physical energy is conserved. It means that the energy depends only on the starting and the end point and is independent of the path taken. Suppose if we move a charge in an external electric field E, now the total work done in moving this charge will depend only on the initial and the final point and will be independent of the path by which the charge is moved through. Now the third and the fourth equation, as I have already said, are for the static magnetic field. The third equation of Maxwell for static magnetic field states that the line integral of the magnetic field intensity over any closed path is equal to the total charge in total current enclosed by the path. In differential form, it states that the curl of the magnetic field intensity is equal to the conduction current density. Conduction current density, as we all know, is sigma into E, where sigma is the conductivity of conductor. The significance of this equation is that it forms the Ampere's circuital law. This is the basis for Ampere's circuital law of magnetostatics. Conduction current density, this is the current which flows in conductors due to the movement of electrons. The fourth equation is over any surface, the surface integral of the magnetic flux density is 0, and in differential form this equation is divergence of the magnetic flux density is 0. The significance of this equation is that monopoles do not exist or magnetic poles cannot exist independently. Here it is divergence B is equal to 0. Here it is divergence D is equal to 0. This is Ampere's circuital law, and monopoles do not exist. Here the divergence of magnetic field is 0, and in the first equation the divergence of electric field is non-zero quantity. It means divergence denotes the source or sink of any physical entity. Here the divergence is 0, that means the source and sink for magnetic flux is 0, and here the divergence of electric field is a non-zero quantity, which means the source or sink for the electric flux is non-zero. In simple words, we can say that magnetic flux are continuous. If suppose this is a magnet with north pole and south pole, magnetic flux lines will be circular and continuous from north pole to south pole. There is neither a sink nor a source for magnetic flux. Electric flux, on the other hand, the source for electric flux is positive charge, and the sink for a negative charge is, and the sink for electric flux is negative charge. This is the significance of the Maxwell's equation. This is the first law, Gauss law of electrostatics. In this, the electric field is conservative. This is the Ampere's circuital law, and this, the monopoles do not exist. These are the four Maxwell's equation, and the quantity D is the electric flux density. Unit will be coulombs per square meter. Rho V is the volume charge density, that is coulombs per meter cubic meter. E is the electric field intensity, volts per meter. H is the magnetic field intensity, which is amperes per meter. B is the magnetic flux density, unit will be Webers per square meter. And auxiliary equations associated with these four equations will be epsilon is equal to epsilon naught epsilon r, and mu is equal to mu naught mu r, where epsilon is the permittivity of medium and epsilon naught is the permittivity of free space, and value of epsilon naught is 8.8 into 10 power minus 12 farads per meter. Mu is the permeability of the medium and mu naught is the permeability of free space, whose value is 4 pi into 10 power minus 7 Henry per meter. Now we will discuss how these equations change for time varying electric and magnetic fields. For time varying electric and magnetic fields, the first equation and the fourth equation remain unchanged. There is a change only in the second and third equation of Maxwell. For time varying fields, electric field, the second equation, this modifies as curl of E. This is equal to minus surface integral del Bm by del T, and this becomes minus of del B by del T to ds. Now this becomes Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction, which states that the rate of change of magnetic flux is equal to the total EMF induced in any closed circuit. The rate of change of magnetic flux. Here the negative sign denotes that the change is opposite, it opposes the cause which produces it. This was given by Lenz. This is the Lenz law. So the significance of Maxwell's second equation for time varying fields, it becomes the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Now the third equation of Maxwell for time varying fields, which was over any closed surface, the line integral of H dot dl is equal to the total current enclosed by the path. Here the current was conduction current density, which was sigma E. Now for time varying fields, another type of current which is known as the displacement current also comes into picture. So for time varying electric and magnetic fields, this equation becomes conduction current density plus displacement current density, and this equation becomes conduction current density plus displacement current density. Conduction current density is sigma E, displacement current density is delta D by delta T, and here the current enclosed becomes conduction current plus the displacement current. Displacement current is a hypothetical current which was coined to just explain the phenomena of production of magnetic field in empty spaces. So this becomes the 4 equations of Maxwell for time varying electric and magnetic fields.